I love Super Smash Bros. Like, really. Who doesn't love just beating up on your friends with classic Nintendo characters, which is why the announcement of a Super Smash Bros. Game for the Nintendo Switch was one of the most hyped things ever, and that happened months ago. So Nintendo won E3 before E3 was even a thing, but then we got the trailer, and it had a lot of surprises. Ends up being called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because it is the ultimate Smash Bros. Game. Every character that has been available is now available, and it's such a crazy undertaking that even Sakurai doesn't think it's going to be something that happens again in future Smash Bros. Games. So this was actually a really clever and crazy way of doing it. They said, like, you know, whenever you see a character appear, it's going to show the number in which they were introduced. Also, before I go more into the video, this video isn't necessarily my reaction. My reaction to all of this was really, that's cool. Because my big reaction was, holy crap, Super Smash Bros. On the Switch, when we got the actual announcement for this. So anything after that, I didn't feel was going to be able to surprise me. And honestly, the characters that were discontinued were not characters I played back in Melee, back in Brawl, or anything like that. I wasn't a Snake player, I wasn't a Wolf player, so seeing these guys come back didn't mean as much to me. However, I still feel the idea is amazing, and I am completely on board. Now, the way that they did this reveals by showing the numbers, my first thought was like, alright, where is my Super Smash Bros. Trivia? How am I going to figure out which characters return? Because I was just calling, I'm like, oh, where's Ice Climbers? Now, I'm looking at these numbers, I'm doing the mental math, it's like, wait a second, if there's, like, if they push one up or they put in, like, a weird number somewhere, that could hint that a new character is going to be, or an old character could be coming back, or maybe make room for a new character. So they're just showing off everyone. I love it. Fox, Falco. We get to see how gorgeous the game looks. I wasn't really playing it for the graphics, though, you know. I still love Melee. Melee is my #1 favorite. When it comes to this, but Villager came back. That's all I cared about, guys. I'm a Villager main. The only thing I wanted to see was Villager coming back. Mewtwo, that was pretty big for some people. Also keeping number 24. It's like, all right, wait. We got the original number Mewtwo. That's some pretty cool stuff going on right there. DLC characters are in the game. Sonic. And then, like, things just started going crazy. There's the iceberg. That's Ice Climbers in the game, back by popular demand. You know, everyone wanted on the DLC. Also, I'm going to pause it right here. Number 64, Inkling. This is where, like, my mental math was trying to kick in. I'm like, no, there's not 63 characters in Super Smash Bros. 4. There's like 56, 58 or something, which means some characters are returning. Now, I wasn't quick enough on the math to realize that could mean all the characters, but it was pretty cool to see Ice Climbers, and even though I don't play Ice Climbers, it still made me smile. Like, it made me smile to see all these characters that even I don't play still returning into the game, because that just means great things for Super Smash Bros. But then it happened. Shadow, Moses, the Snake intro. Snakes in the game? Wait, everyone is here. And when they say everyone, they mean everyone. And then when they say everyone, they keep pushing, by the way, this is everyone. If you didn't understand, everyone being in the game means everyone. And I thought that that was just amazing for how this broke down. So that's kind of like my reaction, is like, okay, cool. You don't have to worry about any of your characters being just taken away magically if you were main. And if you want to bring back those old school players, you know, it's not even just Melee. It's not like, oh boy, Roy comes back and Ice Climbers aren't DLC and we still have Mewtwo. It's like, nah. You get all the goodies, even Snake and Wolf are in the game, which I thought was pretty cool. So then after that, it's like, okay, I'm excited. I cared about this game. I'm definitely buying this game. I want to play Smash again. I'm super hyped for that. Really, my biggest problem is that I didn't own a Wii U. So when I started to break my 3DS, and the 3DS just is not as competitive as the Wii U, Super Smash Bros. 4, I didn't get to play it as much as I wanted to. Like, it's actually really sad when you don't get to play a Super Smash Bros. Game as much as you want to. I played Melee, Brawl, 64, Into the Ground, but I just didn't have the console to want to actually play Super Smash Bros. 4. So now Nintendo Switch, more people have Nintendo Switch than bought the Wii U. The Nintendo Switch has only been out for a short amount of time. It's already outsold the Wii U. Because of Pokemon, we have main series Pokemon games coming to the Nintendo Switch. That's going to sell consoles, and that's going to get people, you know, if they had Pokemon Let's Go on the Wii U, I would have bought Wii U, and that would have retroactively bought everything I wanted. I want to play Mario Maker, not on the 3DS. I want to be able to share and have this better, like, level kind of collaboration with people on the Wii U. Didn't get to do that. Didn't get to play Smash. So because of that, it's like, yeah, if this happened on Nintendo Switch, or on the Wii U, it would have been the same. So that's Nintendo Switch. More players, crazier competitive, and that's where I started doing the research, because I wasn't on the floor, but people on the floor, they were counting frames. They were trying to get the same feel for the game. They were trying to understand how that is going to play, and we even have, like, Hungrybox put in some insight. No, crazy to say, but here's the take. If Nintendo decides to put less landing lag and further slide after a directional air dodge, you'll get a far bigger chunk of Melee players interested in the new game. I really do think that's all it needs. So the game is crisp. There's actually all kinds of crazy things. D1 losing his mind. You can dash dance and do anything out of dash. So like the dash canceling mechanics are already crazy. People are already talking about how we have like pseudo perfect pivoting because you dash, turn around, smash out of it, and then you can get ground on that. We have the directional air dodge. That adds another layer of like the competitive complexity, and then all they have to do is just kind of tweak what happens in the air, because going off of live gameplay, it does seem like once you get in the air, the game becomes very unfun, and that, you know, this game is kind of mixed, because it's rewarding offensive play, that they've done a lot of other really cool changes, that your shield, if you do like shield rolls and stuff, you actually get punished the more rolls you do. So that's a very competitive aspect instead of just like spamming shield and then getting the lucky hit in there and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of really cool ways that this game is changing, but then there's also those really crisp competitive elements that are being included as well. So from the competitive side, people are like, yeah, this game looks nice. You know, there's very little landing lag. It's going to be comparable to Melee in a lot of ways, and the way that it plays, I'm excited for that. So I can't wait to see this next level of Super Smash Bros. And that was kind of it. Like, I knew I was going to buy the game the second it came out. Watching the gameplay doesn't really give me that feel. I don't really know these differences because I didn't get to play it on the floor, so I'm not at E3. I can't just watch this and be like, oh boy, look at how all this feels, you know? So that's kind of it. Like, I'm super excited. I super want to play it. My goal is to be the best villager player in the world. I was at the top when it came to the 3DS. My villager is good, but if I could actually put in some time on the console and maybe play this for a more competitive element, you know? I thought I was good at that with Super Smash Bros. 4. When it came to the Wii U, I played it, I'm like, you know what? I'm good enough to where the time would be worth going into it, but then, like, I just didn't do it. Because competitive Smash does take a lot of learning. You do have to be able to, like, see every little change of the game. You're going to have to understand those frames really well, and then that's going to be, like, those really small portions that really separate a good player from an excellent player and stuff like that. So I'm going to see, like, how different it is, also the buffs and the nerfs and stuff, because one thing I wasn't a fan of in Super Smash Bros. 4 is the tier list got really stale. I wouldn't say really quickly, but, you know, for the last couple of years, like, after the first year of the game, it's like, okay, it's just Bayonetta, it's just going to be Sheik, Diddy Kong before the massive nerfs. Even then, like, Zero's still winning tournaments with Diddy Kong, so really, it was kind of like a lot of the other characters weren't valid. Kind of felt like Brawl in that way, because at least with Melee, the mechanics of the game kind of made everyone feel useful in a really interesting kind of way. That Melee does bring an insane amount of diversity just based off your skill level, and I think that's really cool. Just also the development that we've seen like that, you know, Hungrybox taking Jigglypuff and then being the best player in Super Smash Bros. Is he still the best right now? Like, he held that for a good amount of time. So there's also a lot of changes that I'm really looking forward to, and that's kind of it. Like, I'm looking forward to playing this game. I am looking forward to playing this game so much. I'm thinking about just buying a Wii U so I can play Smash 4 and then get good at Smash 4. Because this game does seem like 85% Smash 4 and then 15% Melee. Like, it just seems like they're kind of closing those frame windows. They're making the game more responsive, but under the same Smash 4 engine is kind of how I'm feeling about this. So I do think it will make me go out, get a Wii U, and start enjoying the game like that. And I might have to do that pretty soon, because it's compatible with the GameCube controller, so I'm going to have to get the GameCube adapter, a good GameCube controller, and stuff like that, and then start playing the game, and then start getting a feel for this new one. Because it does feel more like Smash 4 than I wanted, but judging from everyone's reactions, like the pro players are happy with it. I don't know if it's going to be like this major Melee shift, but at least it's going to kind of bring more people into the game than we saw with the Wii U version, and that could mean really cool things for competitive. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Those are just like my scattered thoughts about the game, because I'm just excited. I just want to play it. That's all I want to do. I just really want to play the game. But all the other signs are looking good. The game looks beautiful. I'm kind of, I am hype. I'm not like the most, oh my god, they brought everyone back, but I'm hyped they brought everyone back. I'm hyped I'm still going to be able to play the game, and it does look like a better version of Smash 4 for that competitive side, which does call in for more people to want to invest themselves. It's really just going to come back down to balance. Game isn't balanced yet. They still have a lot of things changed. That was a big thing that Sakurai kept saying during the gameplay, is like, it's not done yet, but it works really, like, it's pretty functioning right now. So it's really just going to come down to how much of it ends up, like, it's just going to come down to balance, I feel. That the balance made Super Smash Bros. 4 a little tricky, and even though they had, like, a lot of patches, it seems like they didn't want to nerf enough to make it possible, or buff hard enough, because I think that their fear was if they just give like a slight adjustment to any of the lesser tier characters, then now they're just gonna become like S+ tier or something under the right hands. So I think it's just going to come down to balance. A lot of the other features look pretty good. I can't wait to see how that shielding and the dash changes work. Or, yeah, the shield rolls work and stuff. And that they do make the aerials crisper, then I think there shouldn't be a problem for most players. So, if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.